we're leaving work. We're going to have a nice ride home. Now, a slight problem, I forgot the long extension cable for my voice recorder, so it's plugged into the short bit that's going into the helmet and then hanging in my t-shirt, so could lose you at any time. Oh man, it's got windy suddenly. But here we go. We are going to have a fun little ride home, courtesy of my Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Let's go and have a bit of fun. I guess you won't know if the audio cuts out because I won't be putting the video up anyway. Right, so here we go. The lid is closed up. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. Today is Friday, April 14th, 2023. Finally got another video together after that little show and tell in my garage. The past week has been fantastic weather-wise. The sun has been out, it's been warm. Little breezy but warm. Been riding to work every day. Got 5 out of 5 this week, which is pretty rare, especially at 5 in the morning. It has been a little cool at times. But I got the bike out last Saturday. A friend of mine, we went out together to look at some campsites for a upcoming camping trip, whether it be motorcycle or vehicle, depending on whether Wisconsin winter's done with us yet. We are supposed to get some snow coming on Monday. But anyway, got some miles on it, so I thought I'd give you really just first impressions. This is not a review. I haven't had it long enough, and I'm a little late to the party, as they say, with the Royal Enfield. Anyway, so it's really just my thoughts and opinions. I've had the bike since February. I'm going to adjust the camera up a little bit. But really only just started to ride it because winter has been brutal. It just didn't want to let go. So the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 with the Mark II paint scheme, which is chrome and the red and gold stripe on the tank. Really beautiful piece of work. Love it. Actually, if you look at the paintwork on that in detail, it is very well done. While these bikes, they say, are built to a price, you really can't fault the finish of the tank. And there's a lot about this bike you really can't fault too. And if you went over it with a magnifying glass, I'm sure you could find lots of things, but who wants to do that? When you think about it, back in the good old days of the 60s and 50s and 40s and beyond, you know, bikes were built to a price. You know, you had your premium brands even back then, but your working man's bikes like your BSAs and all of those, your Triumphs and that, you know, they were built to a price so they could sell them. Ooh, these tar snakes here are terrible. So I have no issue with things being built to a price unless the quality is seriously compromised, and that is not the case with this, I have to say. Yeah, these tar snakes have really loosened up already. So this is just a ride home from work, a nice casual ride. It's got a bit breezy now. It tends to do in Wisconsin as soon as the sun comes out. I said, we've got some snow coming Monday. Hopefully nothing in the way of accumulations, and cooler temperatures, highs in the 40s and 50s. So we'll see. I like it to be in the 50s before I ride, just because of my old bones. I'm 61 now, so I can make all the excuses I want, but I'm still riding. So some of the things I've done to the bike, well, let me back that up. Some of the things that were done to the bike when I bought it second hand with only 350 miles on it, and the previous owner has put a Stinger 2-in-1 exhaust on it, which is Tech Bike Parts. He'd also bear with me here a second, he'd put the halcyon mirrors on it. I think that was really just about it. I actually took the rear rack off and made it kind of a little bit of a tail tidy. Yeah, sorry, I was watching a truck behind me there. Tidied up the tail, and I put on a DNA high flow air filter, the whole kit, so I didn't cut the snorkel or anything. I just replaced it with the entire kit. And I have a booster plug, which actually, according to my shopping app, has arrived, so that's at home waiting for me. That'll give me a little bit of a richer mixture for low down acceleration. Go into that in more detail. I don't know how much of this you can hear. I don't know if I'm over driving anything. This is just kind of cobbled together here. Just a beautiful afternoon to be riding. So initial first impressions, this is a fun bike. I found if you keep the revs up, if you keep it in the 5, 6s, in the 7s too, it really does want to play. It's a nice little tight cornerer, I think because of the narrow wheelbase. So it likes to corner, it likes to fall into the corners, get your shifting right, and you can actually power away quite nicely. Like I said, keep the revs up, get above 4. Unless you're noodling around under 4, that's fine, but if you get the revs up, and of course with the weight loss from the exhaust system and a few bits here and there, it really gives a nice account of itself. It's been some fun riding. We did a little bit of spirited riding last weekend, and I kept up with my friend on his 900 Triumph quite nicely, and we had a nice time. It's some bend clipping, and I didn't video it mainly because he's leading and I don't want to put his license plate in the video, and plus I just wanted to go out and have some fun. Really a first proper ride since I've had the bike. So this is my first video. Fun easy rider when it wants to be, but if you really want to get on it a bit, well, it does handle good. I know there's been some controversy over the quality of these Seat tires, but overall I found them actually quite sticky. I've scrubbed them in a little bit now. Now they do track lines in the road. The front wheel especially tracks a little bit. You just have to try and avoid it if you can. But other than that, they're pretty decent. I don't really have any plans to change them out anytime soon, unless, you know, it changes and they start to lose it a little. But all in all, very pleased with them. Oh, I put the Hush Puppy grips on, by the way, which are kind of nice, because the standard grips that came with are really just like a bicycle grip, quite honestly. So this padded them out a bit, give them a bit of cushioning, and it is a hard ride. The shocks are firm front and back, so that I've noticed already, just since putting them on last night, that it takes care of a little bit of that vibration and bouncing that comes through the road. Now, as far as vibration goes, it's very smooth. You can feel a little bit, and I'm glad you can. I don't want one of these vibration-free motorcycles. We'll get that when we get electric bikes, God forbid. I like to feel the engine, I like to feel a little something, so I'm perfectly happy to feel some vibration. I've had a Laverda Joda, and that thing was a vibrating nightmare. Fun to ride, but boy, that made my fingertips sore. It actually discolored them. So motorcycles these days, we don't know what vibration is, but it's nice to have some. I had a Harley 2007 Road King Classic, and when you pulled up at a stop sign, forget your mirrors, you couldn't see out of them, and I like that. I like to feel like I'm riding a machine. Don't want any of this hairdryer nonsense that we're going to get if everything goes electric. I'm hoping it won't. I don't think motorcycles should be forced to go electric. I think they don't leave a big enough footprint. I'm no scientist, and with these emission regulations that they're laying on us now, I don't really see that they're creating much of a problem. But that's another subject for another time. I do not want to ride electric bikes. In fact, I'll probably hang it up by then anyway. By the time they come, I'll probably be done riding. I feel sorry for anybody that doesn't grow up on real motorcycles with real feelings and the whole sensory perceptions of the road and the smells of exhaust and just the smells of riding a fossil fuel motorcycle. I hope it never goes away. We can't get that. We can't get that sissified, surely. Hang it up before that happens, please. Don't buy them. They'll stop making them. Just a really nice ride. I love it. It's got a nice seat height for me. I'm 5'11" and 190 something pounds, and it fits just perfectly fine. I like the feel of it. I feel like I'm sitting comfortably. The seat is perfectly comfortable. I know that wasn't always the case. Maybe they've improved that, but I'm finding no issues with this seat whatsoever. I like the slightly lean forward position, but I don't feel like I'm being forced forward like I am on my Bonneville, where it's actually forcing me towards the tank, which can get a little bit uncomfortable after a while. But I'm not setting this up to tour on it, so this will just be my lazy rider. Maybe a bike night here and there, trips to and from work, go out for a beverage of the yeasty variety or of the coffee bean variety as well. Oh, it's just 45 here. Whoops. Everything's starting to pop now, all the colours a little bit. Starting to see some green. Good sign that summer is on its way, even though it's going to be cool for a few days. definitely going to be nice. I don't think I like the stock tyre pressures on these. I feel like they're really hard now. I topped them up yesterday, which is 36 and 32, but now I feel like it's on my board. It's boom, boom. So I don't know if I'll let a couple of PSI out. Plus I've noticed those tar snake wiggles are a little bit more pronounced, so I might let a little bit out. Your mileage may vary. Nice Friday afternoon ride. Oh yeah, Slowpoke, my favourite road. That's a lazy ride, who cares? Daffodils are out. You may have seen this road on my other videos, my usual ride home from work when I'm in a lazy mood. So I've got my not headset, it's my microphone taped into my helmet using the dead cat just to try and break some of the wind. I hope I got my GoPro set nicely. It's really difficult to see, quite honestly. They tend to fade to a dark screen, and it's not a full standby mode, but it's really irritating. I wish they'd just leave it to stay on. I might be a little bit low here, I might adjust it up. But I'm going to pull over in just about a minute or so and do a quick walk around. Here we go, actually, pull in here. It's nice and quiet this time of day. That induction whistle you have on this engine is actually rather tasty. This is the White River Trail. I think we're in Geneva Township here. This is Wisconsin, as you can see from my channel. I'm a Wisconsin rider. There we are. Bear with me a moment while I disassemble myself. Alright, so anyway, I'm keeping my helmet on just to make it easier hold the camera. So there it is, finally outdoors, not in the garage. There's some things I'm going to do. As I mentioned before, I've done a few upgrades, but here, this part here, this housing here, I don't like that colour, so I have access to powder coating through our company at a discounted rate, so I'm going to remove that and have it powder coated. These are the same. I'm going to have those done as well. I don't know if I'll do it at the same time, we'll see. And the headlight brackets, obviously, now there are some aftermarket ones out there. Tech Bike Parts, boy, I keep words tangled up, do a thinner one, a bit more streamlined than this, but I like the thickness of this. It does have some old charm to me, and I'm just going to have powder coated. I'll let you know how that works out when I've got them done and installed. And the same on this side. Yeah, you got your clutch lever, gear lever, not clutch lever, to have that powder coated as well. So that will be a nice little addition. As I said, I've got the grips here, the Hush Puppy grips. This is for the 7/8 bar. I think it's 7/8 and 2 1 inch which is about what this is with the grip itself. That's with the grip underneath. It's not that comfortable. It's kind of thin. It's like a bicycle grip, I guess, is probably the best comparison. But yeah, some other things I really like about this bike too is I don't know if you can see this, I'm messing with my camera, but steel braided brake lines as stock. That's a standard item. That's pretty cool, and that's something that you end up having to upgrade to on most bikes, but that comes standard with it. So a little bit of a bonus there, I think. I think people tend to overlook some of the little hidden gems on this bike. The Bybray, I have trouble pronouncing that. It's a subsidiary of Brembo, so decent brakes, good pedigree. Oil cooler here, I might look at getting a guard for that. And also guys are putting sump guards on here too to protect that filter. It's kind of exposed there. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I might wait a bit. There's decent polishing. There's some definite road dirt gone into that already. So yeah, overall I'm very pleased with it. Glad I bought it. It's really a pleasing ride, a good fun little ride. I blocked these off with some caps that I bought off of eBay. You could look at the switch gear and say, alright, it looks a little bit naff, if you like, but so what? You're not looking at the switch gear all the time. It works. It does what it's supposed to do. My Triumph, for example, is in a different league when it comes to things like that, but yeah, it was in a different price category too, so keep that in mind. Yes, it's built to a price, but as I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's a good quality machine. 3-year warranty, including roadside assistance. That's the best in its class, I think. I might be wrong. If I am, please do tell me, but I think that's hard to beat. They've got a lot of the bugs ironed out over the years. A lot of this stuff I've just picked up from YouTube. I'm not going to throw specs around. You can find them on YouTube as well. They're all over the place. I'm just really sharing my experience of this Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. It's just a fun bike. Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you this, but I replaced the chain guard here. I took off that crappy plastic one and replaced it with a Tech Bike Parts aluminium or aluminum shaped one. Lots of strength in that one. Also, here's another point too. There's people talking all the time about these foot pegs being right where your inside of your calf is, right down in here. Well, the moment you do that, you realise, alright, I'm not going to put my legs there. So I've come up with a really, really good solution for it, if you'll bear with me and indulge me. If we can get my camera down there. Like, ouch, that hurts. Oh, that's better. You see, you move it from there to there and the problem is solved. Just having a laugh. So something else here too is the centre stand here. While it's great to have a centre stand, it does stick out a long way. It's not exactly a low profile. And when we were out riding last weekend, my buddy, we'd switched places and he was following me, and he said that's really close to the ground when I start leaning this over. So I am tempted to take that off. I've got a jack at home for my chain maintenance and all that other stuff, so I don't have to worry about having a centre stand. I don't want this touching down, and I don't want to be restricted to worrying about that touching down, so that might come off. I have to give it a little bit more thought, and I don't know when I'm going to do it. But yeah, all in all, if you have any comments to add to that, please do. While we're talking, but yes, please do add comments. But these turn signals here, they're plastic chrome, and a lot of guys have said how they don't like them and want to get them off and replace them. Well, the aftermarket ones out there are a bit of a fiddle, a bit of a faff. If you've got the time and the knowledge, I certainly have the knowledge. I don't know if I have the time to go through and do a complete tidy up of the back and the front as well. So for now, aesthetically, they look okay. They're plastic, and it's a it's what you know that really kills you more than anything. If you didn't know, and people don't know and they don't care, it's not a big deal. So yeah, there we go. Take that for what you want. All said and done, I absolutely enjoy riding this bike. A completely different bike to the Triumph in every way. So there's no comparison to be had. And I notice there are guys that are comparing these, like comparing to the Z900 and the Bonneville T100 and things like that. I don't know, it's a bit chalk and cheese. I'm not really sure where they're going with, or where they're going to with that. There's no comparison. This bike, to me, and I'll be perfectly honest, seems to be in a little class of its own, and that's the way it should be. You know, leave it there. Don't try and play it up. You know, leave it in its class that it's supposed to be, and that's exactly where it fits. It's in its own little class. It's a classic looking motorcycle with the classic name Royal Enfield. Take it for what it is. It's a fun little bike. You can flick it around, you can have a nice casual ride, get the revs up and get some of the weight down. It's a quick bike. It's for its size. You know, I had a Z650 when I was younger, and I don't remember much about that because that was a long time ago, probably 40 years ago probably. I remember that being a fun little bike too. So leave it in the class of its own where it's supposed to be, and all will be well. Alright, let's get back on and go riding.